as states around the country started to either legalize or decriminalize different types of cannabis for different purposes, right? There was medical and then also recreational use. People at NIST started to lay the groundwork to do research that would support development of a safe, reliable breathalyzer.
The field is in its infancy due to the Schedule I classification of marijuana. Therefore, there has not been a lot of that basic fundamental chemistry done on this drug.
Our goal is to develop the infrastructure for understanding cannabinoids and other compounds in cannabis that might help identify whether somebody has recently used or might be impaired, to understand the physical and chemical properties of those compounds so that we can target them in breath collection devices.
The concentrations of THC in a person's breath is very low. We're talking nanograms to picograms per mil. And each person provides 12 breaths just to get to that concentration.
So the strategy that we've been using is to collect breath aerosols. So aerosols are formed deep in the lungs. Every time someone inhales and exhales, there's a process that forms aerosol particles. And it's aerosol particles that we're collecting and then bringing back to the lab so that we can analyze them for THC.
We were hoping to see if there was a difference in the amount of THC that we could collect in a participant's breath before and after they used a legal market cannabis product. And we expected to see higher THC concentrations in samples that we know were taken an hour after they used.
And we found that those levels were somewhat similar. And so that adds to the complexity of this story.
It means that our hypothesis that this is really, really hard to develop a cannabis breathalyzer is correct. This is hard, and it's going to take more than a few years of research.
As a scientist, a chemist in particular, it's really hard to get on the ground level of a new field. So being able to contribute in that fundamental way, I think really sets apart what NIST does. NIST measures. We lead, we innovate.
Laying the foundational science for a new field is incredibly important because we build on that. I mean, it's foundational. So if we don't have that solid foundation from which to start, we could not only waste a ton of time, exploring research that's not going to be fruitful because we didn't do our due diligence to begin with, we could also end up impacting people's lives and their freedom.
It is a great effort to be involved in because I think it gets at something that I think NIST should do. It's measurement science. It's measurement science that needs to be reliable because people's lives are on the line. So we want to do what we can to make those measurements reliable so that there is trust in them.